Hello viewers, today I am going to show how to calculate the event time of any particular network. There are two event time. One is earliest expected event occurrence time, which is represented as TE, and which is the time at which the event can be expected to occur. Let me show you this activity first. The activity IJ, here it is given, and the I is the tail event and J is the head event, as you know. So in that case, to determine the earliest expected event occurrence time of the head event, that is TEJ, the formula will be TEJ is equal to the earliest expected event occurrence time of tail event plus time duration. So these are the formula to calculate the two event time. And for the latest allowable occurrence time, which is represented as TL, the formula is the latest allowable occurrence time of tail event is equal to latest allowable occurrence time of head event minus time duration. So what is latest allowable occurrence time? It represents the time at which an event must occur before without delaying the overall completion of the project. So it is the latest allowable occurrence time. And which is the slack is the basically it denotes time. So slack time is the difference between latest allowable occurrence time and earliest expected event occurrence time. So to determine the earliest expected event occurrence time, we need to add the time duration with the earliest expected event occurrence time of tail event, and for the latest allowable occurrence time we need to just reverse the calculation. Means we have to subtract the time duration from the latest allowable occurrence time of head event, okay, to determine the latest allowable occurrence time of tail event. So, and which are the critical events? Here critical events in a network diagram are those which event have minimum slack, okay. So these are the slack. So which events are having minimum slack 0 or less than 0, so we have to take the minimum slack in order to determine the critical events. So let me show you an example. So here it is the question to calculate the event time, and we have to show the critical events of the network after that. So how to calculate the event time? So we need to first calculate the earliest expected event occurrence time and then latest allowable occurrence time. So in order to determine the TE, first we will calculate TE and then TL. So when determining TE, we need to calculate TE with the help of forward passing technique. That means we need to calculate TE from left to right, from event 1 to event 8. So first we calculate TE, that is earliest expected event occurrence time at first. So TE of the initial event here it is 1. So the TE of event 1 is 0, okay. So it is 0, and then we need to calculate the TE for event 2. So what will be the TE for event 2? That is, so suppose this is an activity 1 2, and 1 is the tail event and 2 is the head event. So the TE of head event, that is 2, is equal to TE of tail event plus the time duration, that means 0 plus 10, okay, as I have shown in the formula. So 0 plus 10 is equal to 10, like that we have to calculate. So for 3 it will be 0 plus 12, so it will be 12, okay. For 4 it will be, sorry, here let me, 12 will be here. So for 4, event 4, the t will be 12 plus the time duration, that is 6. 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. And for event 5, what will be the t? 18 plus 8, that is 26. This is one t, and another one for event 5 there will be 2 earliest event occurrence time, expected occurrence time. Okay, that is, if we follow the path 4 5, there will be 1 t, and if we follow this path, that is 2 5, for that path there will be 1 time, so there will be 2 time. Okay, so one is 18 plus 8, one will be 26, and another one will be 10 plus 8, 18. So which one I should take? I should take the larger one, the bigger one. That means 26 and 18, we have to take the 26, as 26 is greater than 18. So to determine the TE, that is earliest expected event occurrence time, we need to take the larger number where there is 2 or more numbers. In that case we need to take the larger one. So here 26, and between 26 and 18, 26 is the larger one, so we need to take the 26 here. Okay, and now if we calculate the event time of 6, t of 6, then it will be 1 will be 12 plus 5, 17. Here also 2 event time will be there, 12 plus 5, 1, and another one will be 26 plus 8, that is 34. So the larger one is 34, we need to take here the 34. And for event 7, one way will be 10 plus 12, 22, 22 can be there. Another one will be 26 plus 10, okay, 36. So 22, if we follow this 5 7 path, it will be 36, and if we follow the 6 7 path, so this will be 34 plus 6, 40. So in that case we are getting 3 times, okay, 3 earliest expected event occurrence time. So in that case the larger one is 40, 34 plus 6, 40, so here will be 40. And the last one, 40 plus 12, there will be one earliest event time, so 40 plus 12, so this will be 52. Okay, so now if we calculate TL, so it is the that's how we need to calculate the earliest event occurrence time. Now we need to calculate the latest allowable occurrence time. So in that case we need to just go in reverse direction, that means from event 8 to event 1, that is, it is the backward pass technique we need to follow here, from the last event to final event. Okay, so the TL of event 8 will be the TE of event 8, that means 52 we need to write here, 52, that will be the latest allowable occurrence time of event 8. And we need to, so by formula, if we go by formula, so we need to subtract the time, that is 12, from the time of head event, so 52 minus 12, so there will be 40. Okay, so we need to subtract here 52 minus 12, so 40. The time for event 7 will be, latest time for event 7 will be 40. So like that we need to go. So for event 6, the time will be 40 minus 6, so 34. Okay, and for event 5 the time will be 40 here minus 10, so 30. Okay, so sorry, another one, if we follow this path 7 to 5 the time will be, latest time will be 30, and if we follow via this path 7 to 6 and 6 to 5, so the latest allowable time will be 34 minus 8, so 26. So there are also two TL, so we need to write one of them. So between 30 and 26 we should write here the smaller one. So we need to take here the 26, as 26 is smaller than 30. Just reverse of TE. In case of TE we are taking the larger one, and we, in case of TL, we need to take the smaller one, that is 26. 34 minus 8, 26 we need to take here. And similarly if we want to determine the TL of 4, so here will be 26 minus 8, so 18. And similarly, so for event 5, event 3, the TL will be 34 minus 5, 1 will be 29. Okay, if we follow this path, and if we follow 4 to 3 this path, so the TL will be 18 minus 6, 12. So between 12 and 29, 12 is the smaller one, so we need to write here the 12. So this is the TL of 3. What will be the TL of 2? One path will be this one, that is this TL 40 minus 12, that is 28. Okay, and another one will be, if we follow this 5 to 2 this path, that is 26 minus 8, that is 18. So one will be 28 and one will be 18, so we need to write the smaller one, that is 18. And if we follow for event 1 also there will be 2 TL. One will be 18 minus 10, that is 8, and another one will be 12 minus 12, 0. So here we will write the smaller one, that is 0. So that's how the TL will be calculated. So now if we want to determine the critical events, so which are the critical one, that means which are having minimum slack. So here minimum slack is 0, that is the difference between TL and TE. So this is 0 in every case. If we see for event 3 the difference between TL and TE, this is 0. For event 6 the difference between TL and TE, this is also 0. So the minimum slack is 0 here. So which are the events which are having minimum slack, that means 0. This is the event which are having 0 slack are 1, 3, okay, 6, 5, 4, okay, 7 and 8. So these are the critical events. That means expect 2, that is 2. Here slack is 18 minus 10, 8. So 2 is not critical event, and the rest of the events are critical. That means 1, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the critical event. Okay, and if we want to determine the critical path, which is the critical path, we need to calculate the activity time. That means the float, we need to determine the total float, and we need to check which are the activities which are having 0 total from that we can calculate the critical path. Okay, so in that video I am ending here with the critical events. That is, critical events are 1, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So these are the critical event, and 52 is the project completion time. So I hope you can understand how to determine the critical events and the event time, which is T and TL. We need to write in that way, and we need to calculate in this way. I hope this video is helpful. If you find this video helpful, you can like this and please subscribe my channel.